Empty your mind. What would really happen if you did a 2-minute plank every single day? No iron to lift, no machines to hide behind. Against the gravity of the earth. It is not merely a test of the core. It is a forging of the will. When the body shakes and the mind screams to quit, that is where the real work begins. You chase the hollow prize, the vanity of the six-pack. But the true reward is not what you see in the mirror. It is the armor you build underneath. The plank is the silent guardian of power. Most ignore it because it lacks motion. But do not be fooled. True strength does not always move. It simply endures. To the untrained eye, it looks like rest. But hold the line. Feel the tremor. That burn is not pain. It is the weakness leaving the body. So I decided to test it. I did not treat this as an experiment. I treated it as a ritual. 2 minutes every single day. A daily pact with gravity. No negotiation with the mind. Just the hold. And the result? The soft clay hardened into iron. I developed muscles. Let us examine the anatomy of stillness. The plank is not merely an exercise. It is total systemic tension. We target the center, the source of all movement. The rectus abdominis, the outer shield. The obliques, the pillars that guard the ribs. And the transversus abdominis, the deep invisible belt. The corset of iron that binds the spine. But the fire does not stay in the center. It spreads to the shoulders, the glutes, the legs. The entire chain is forged under tension. Nothing sleeps, and after a few days, the change happens. Not in the mirror, but in the stance. The spine uncoils. The slump of the weary man evaporates. I did not just stand taller. I stood, rooted. The walk became silent, controlled. The constant ache of the lower back vanished. Why? Because we awakened the deep sentinels, the invisible muscles that guard the spine. When the center is stone, the structure cannot fail. By the seventh sun, the internal shift begins. The mirror remains silent. Do not look for the ripple yet, but close your eyes. Feel the corset tightening. The sway vanishes. The spine is no longer a burden. It is a pillar. 2 weeks pass. The body stops fighting. The shaking dissolves. What was once a storm of effort becomes a stillness. The breath is no longer jagged. It flows like a calm river through the tension. The mind is no longer a victim of gravity. It is the master. I could direct the fire to where I wanted it to go. By the 3rd week, the silent work paid its debt. Strength is not isolated. It flows from the center. My push-ups became solid rock. My squats, deep roots. When the core is unbreakable, the rest of the body simply obeys. Now, what about fat loss or getting a six-pack? It looks like visible armor, but do not be deceived by the illusion. The plank builds the steel, but it does not strip the shroud covering it. To reveal the statue, you must chip away the stone, and stillness alone cannot fuel the furnace needed to melt the fat. The chisel is not enough. You must also respect the fuel. The kitchen is where the sculpture is revealed, but the floor is where the foundation is laid. Do not seek the paint on the walls. Seek the steel inside the concrete. It is the silent strength, the armor against injury, the power to endure. Most forget the invisible muscle, the mind, to hold still when every fiber screams to move. Is not physical, it is spiritual. It is the forging of the will, the discipline to endure the storm without breaking, to find the calm inside the chaos. This is the true lesson. If you can conquer the urge to collapse when the fire burns hottest, you will not break out there. How you handle the floor is how you handle your life. You ask, is the suffering worth the price? 2 minutes, a mere grain of sand in the hourglass of your day. But the exchange is unequal. You give a moment of discomfort. You receive a pillar of stone and a will of iron. Do not despise the small beginning. 30 seconds of true fire is worth more than a lifetime of cold ash. Let the seed take root. 1 minute becomes 2. The body is a faithful servant. It does not just adapt, it evolves. If a spark was lit, Do not let it die in silence. Leave your mark, pass the flame, to another who seeks the path. Motivation is but a fleeting wind. It comes and goes. But consistency is the river that cuts the stone. Do not let your effort be in vain. Click here. Eliminate the waste.